Hey guys, welcome to Needlebook 2.0. If you saw my brief video from last week, then you know when I finished making it, I suspected I would have to replace the craft felt that I had used. So this is the upgraded version. We'll flip through it quickly first, then I'll come back and explain the whys and whatnots of the design. Okay, so if you're sticking around, then you're probably interested in at least some of the information regarding how it was made and why it's designed the way it is. So this is a cotton fabric. It's like a thin denim almost that I dyed with acrylic paint, then stamped on and decorated with acrylic paint. Inside the front cover is where I think I had a stroke of genius. So this is a removable pocket. It's magnet, and inside are needle threaders. I made the pocket removable so it would be easy to get those in and out. Then this is a magnet as well, and this is my needle puller. And all this is a cheap little shelf liner, you know, like you might put in kitchen cabinets. Then I have a 12-inch tape measure, fabric pencil, a travel size seam ripper. Don't know what's going to go there. Okay, so this is the felt I used originally, and it's thin craft felt, and as soon as I put needles in it, I knew it was just going to tear. So I mentioned to a friend of mine who owns a craft shop that I had made one of these and was looking to get higher grade felt. She said wool felt is a great solution. It's excellent for needles. Or she said just plain old wool, and she had some wool. And I said, but I made this really beautiful cover. I didn't have my book. I couldn't show it to her. I described it to her as aquas and bright greens. So she goes into the back room, comes out, and hands me this wool fabric and says, try this. If you think it'll work, keep it. If not, just bring it back. So what I did is I obviously cut it to size. Then I sprayed the back of it with Distress spray stains because it was kind of a white, and I just didn't like that. Then I treated it with Terial Magic to make it have a little bit of structure so it wasn't completely flimsy. Then I decided to firm it up even more with the Rick Rack. And let's talk about why there's pockets on the backs of the pages. So I had needles just stuck on a piece of felt, and I was traveling. They were in a bag. I reached in the bag to pull stuff out, and a needle buried itself between my cuticle and nail. It went in quite a ways, and boy did that hurt. So when I made my needle book, I decided to hide the ends of the needles so I would never get poked like that again. So you can see the needles go behind and front, then they go behind again, and they end up in the pocket, and that is just for protection. That's the only reason why that's there. I think the pocket helps with the flimsiness of the wool too. Then I made these little labels for the needles because I won't remember what's what. Not that it really matters, but I just think it's kind of cute. The pages are pamphlet stitched in. So they are removable, and it's a good thing I did that because I had to replace them right away. This is going to be for flat pins, and right now I only have two that don't have the big ball on them. So I left the green craft fabric in because I really liked it. I liked the pop against the darker fabric. The front, I gave it individual pockets. I have no idea what this will be. Maybe eventually I'll sew some pockets in. Who knows? Tape is here to cover up my phone number for the sake of the video. Now let's talk about the scissor storage. Why is it like this? So the reason why I've tied it in is I felt that if I just put a piece of elastic or even a piece of fabric and tucked the scissors in, due to the weight of the scissors, I felt that they could fall out pretty easily. And I didn't want that. So I put a tie to keep them from sliding out. Now, I typically do stitch work at home in front of the TV. And I have a little box, like a 12 by 12 flat box that I put my supplies in for my project. So I always have a bigger pair of scissors in there. So these are in here really for travel, so I won't be getting to them that often. And that's it. That is the design. That's why it's designed that way. I hope you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up, please, and feel free to post any comments or questions below. Thanks, guys.